Alright, welcome YouTube and Reddit. So today we're going to do another Exploring YouTube episode, and we're going to be exploring the Capital Church of Fredericton. Capital Community Church, I guess. It's in Fredericton, though, to my understanding. So we'll just drop into a couple of videos. Let's check out this one right here.
Hey, I created this.
Well, this is a commercial.
Shop with Wix logo maker. Check it out. Go to wix.com.
God for the honest people. Exodus 23:27. I will send my terror ahead of you and create panic among all the people whose lands you invade. I will make all your enemies turn and run. Somebody say, praise God for that. Verse 28, I will send terror ahead of you to drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites. But I will not drive them out in a single year, because the land would become desolate and the wild animals would multiply and they would threaten you. And so here's what God said I'm going to do. Verse 30, I'm going to drive them out a little at a time. Somebody say little by little, until your population has increased enough to take possession of the land. Verse 31, my last verse.
This sounds kind of like
from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, from the eastern wilderness of the Euphrates
scary.
River. I will hand over to you the people now living in the land, and you will drive them out ahead of you. And I want to speak for a few minutes tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe I'm viewing that out of context, and I'm, I don't know, being a little too PC here, but that sounded kind of, Nazi-ish. Or not necessarily Nazi-ish, but you know what I mean? Like, replace one people with another people? Yeah. So anyways, let's jump right into another one. Yeah, let's do God is on your side.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 26. Thank you, worship team. Exodus chapter 32, verse 26. If you just look at your neighbor and say, God is on your side. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp. Israel's just failed miserably. Aaron's just allowed them to build a golden calf and worship and celebrate and sing and dance. And they've sacrificed for all the wrong reasons. While Moses is on the mountain with God and they're descending down the mountain, he hears this celebration, and Joshua's quizzing his leader. And Moses said, I know what that sound is. And when he gets there, the golden calf has been erected, and the very laws that God has commanded Moses to issue and utter are being broken before his very eyes. And of course, Moses responds, and we know he breaks the tables of stone and goes to the people, the idols burned and left in a heap of ashes and dust. And it's then when Moses makes the call, he issues this call. He says, who is on the Lord's side? Who is on the Lord's side? And my prayer and
So check out a couple more of these church ones out. They seem to have quite a bit, which is cool. What's these reboot ones?
With the Wix logo maker, you can create a professional logo for your brand. Go to
I don't know if I'd use the word cool now that I think about it. So these are all like prayer videos.
The church. But we often stop reading before the end of Acts chapter 2. That's where we find out what grew the church. And I won't take time here, but we talked about the 5 purposes of the church that we discover in the end of Acts chapter 2. And they are discipleship. Discipleship is teaching and preaching and growing people in their life with God, because it's a new birth, and then we start growing and maturing. That's one purpose of the church, discipleship. Then there's fellowship. And fellowship in the New Testament, which we're taking a new twist on at CCC this year, and it's a biblical twist, and we're very excited about it. It's a Book of Acts apostolic thing that they fellowship.
So, kind of curious to where this church is in Fredericton. Looks familiar. Potentially a church I've gone to. Like, I'm not religious, but with my wife, we've gone to various different churches. But I don't recognize any of these faces, so it must not be that. It must be another one. Just looks a similar setup. I don't know. I will. I almost want to see if this guy will talk to me. Maybe I can do a YouTube video about that. Get this fella here to talk to me. I think it was that guy, wasn't it? Whoever this guy is, yeah. I think that's this guy. Because that was quite the verse he pulled out of there. I want to know how exactly he views that verse. But anyways, yeah, you guys seen these videos for them now. Go feel free to check them out, or go check their church out if you want to support them.